Hi there. I thought I'd do a quick update of what I'm doing in the studio at the moment, following on from my reel about Eleanor Glanville, where I talked about the history of this naturalist. It's an amazing story. I'll link to that in case you're interested. I'm doing lots of work featuring her. It's going to be part of an exhibition. And this piece is nearly finished, not quite. I've done an all over embroidery design, and it's quite hard to see because it's white work mimicking white work, which is when women would hand quilt white thread onto white fabric. They would often be done for bridal quilts. And I've done it with my sewing machine by designing um, the all the stitches and then transferring it to a vector program and then into an embroidery program. It took a lot of work, lots of sampling, and I'll show you a close-up of one of the ones in a more contrasty colour. I tried to put details in it, so the flowers are flowers that the butterflies would feed on, and there are even caterpillars and pupa in there, all sorts of things. And I've got this figure of Eleanor, which again I've done with embroidery, and this quote, "No one not deprived of their senses should go in pursuit of butterflies," which is what was said at a will um, reading. They were trying to contest her will. And so filled it with lots of butterflies because I think you have to have your senses to be interested in butterflies. And I've got ones embroidered directly onto the fabric. And then these ones are done free machine embroidery, all with my digital machine and onto either organza, so it's very fine, or this one, which is actually using soluble stabilizer. So you stitch it and then you put it in warm water and the stabilizer disappears. So you've actually got a very lacy effect. So that's quite fun. I've still got some more work I want to do in it. I've got some hands here. I might make those more bold. I've got a plantain at the bottom, which is one of the plants that the butterflies lay their eggs on. I feel like it needs a bit more grounding here. And as well as that, I've been working on these papers to make sort of like field notes that she might have taken when she was, out, because she did it in quite a scientific way. She'd go out and she'd collect the caterpillars and she'd bring them home and she'd breed them. And I've sort of done observations on what she finds, and I've done quite a few other notes where I've been writing out. I've learnt how to do cursive writing, which is that sort of joined up writing, but it's not very even yet because I need to do more practice. But actually, that's kind of perfect because if you're out in the field and you're scribbling away with a quill, it's not going to be the best writing in the world. And then I might make them into a little book, or I might use them. They could be sort of like coming out of the pocket. This is all going to go into an exhibition in May for Oxfordshire Art Weeks. I'll tell you more about that soon. But yes, lots of work going on behind the scenes. Oh, and I just thought, yes, so everything I do when I do these sorts of things, there's a lot of sampling going on. So I've got lots and lots of different butterflies that I've tried using different. So when you do your program, you have lots of choices of the sort of stitch you do and how dense you are and whether you have an underlay. So I do loads of sampling for each project, but then it does mean that I've got lots of things that I can play around with. So none of it's wasted, and that's the joy of creativity, really, just sort of trying things out and seeing what will work. So thanks for watching, and join me again soon.